And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that. I pulled that one right. Leon, I tell you what, Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it. Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract. But he's not. Sign up for Truth. We love the truth. And it's doing good.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tapping in. I'm always going to try to give you the biggest, best, most best news specifically, and then the best commentary to go along with it. So we got Trump, who obviously at some point was a fan of Elon Musk, and they've all met face to face. They've had conversations. To my knowledge, Elon Musk specifically said that when he bought Twitter, or if he bought Twitter, that he would unban Trump, which was one of the things that people celebrated the most. We know that Twitter, that deal blew up with Elon Musk, in which I think that the reason why it blew up specifically was because at the time that he made the offer, the value of the company was probably what it was, right? And then when you've seen the stock market tank as a result of the recession, and you've seen inflation and how things are being handled, and the valuation of the company combined with him doing his due diligence, when he went through and he said, hey, Twitter is not handing over as much information as I'd want them to hand over. And then you also take into consideration the additional probably due diligence that he never even tweeted about. One big issue for him was the idea that Twitter had more bots, and he was saying possibly up to 20% of its potential monetized users. Twitter had more bots than the around 5% that Twitter was identifying as bots. Now, one thing that I can't understand for the life of me is if Twitter was able to identify and say that, hey, we probably got 5% bots, if they knew that it was around 5%, that means that they know where the bots are, right? And so how come they couldn't eradicate that so that they can make or provide more relevant information as to not only, the shareholders and the people that are publicly trading with the company, but also to Elon Musk. This first came to head when Elon Musk, and it became available to the public that he had owned around 10% of Twitter. Now, he could have just been silently buying it up until that time, right? And we know that he had to exercise options from Tesla in order to make sure that he prevent himself from paying an egregious amount of capital gains and so on and so forth. But, you have to publicly disclose certain information once you own a certain percentage of the company. And so once that came to light, people were like, hey, what's going on? Elon Musk own this much Twitter, so on and so forth. And then he went ahead and made a proposal to buy Twitter outright for roughly $44 billion. And of course, that was one of the biggest news stories in the finance world. And then at the time, Jack Dorsey endorsed it. And then their current CEO, he was saying that he endorses it and he's going to fight for him to go ahead with the purchase and so on and so forth. But the shareholders were pushing back. And they were saying, no, we're not going to sell it to you and all of that, so on and so forth. Which baffled a lot of people because it was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Is this the money game, or is this the emotional, I'm in my feelings, political, all of that other type of stuff, right? And then when they came to their senses, they was like, oh yeah, we're going to do it. And then at that time, Elon Musk was like, wait a minute, I don't even know if I want to do it anymore because A, B, and C, D reason, right? But ultimately, I guess he did his due diligence and he said that, nah, I don't want to do it. Now, the caveat to this whole story is that there was a potential $1 billion termination fee associated with it if he decided that he didn't want to go through with the deal. But at the same time, it was for, no valid reason as to the reason why he wanted to buy the company in the first place. Secondly, apparently the Twitter board is going after Elon Musk, trying to force him to buy the company under the terms of the agreement that he proposed originally, which was the $44+ billion proposal. And so it's set up for a long legal battle that I think that we'll be going through for an extended period of time. But then again, I'm reading this, right, and I see that first of all, Trump never misses an opportunity to be able to promote himself, promote his platform, Truth Social. I'm not even familiar with how many people had signed up for that platform. I heard that they were censoring people that was on the other side, so on and so forth. But then, he lashes out at him and he was like, I told it wouldn't happen. I read the deal. Come on, man. And y'all just falling for this. And Trump is my guy. I think that he's hilarious. I love the fact that, he's always promoting himself. I love the fact that he knows how to market himself effectively, even from a political perspective. But his comments is coming in a wake of Musk expressing that he was leaning towards Ron DeSantis, which is currently the governor of Florida, which I think is probably the best governor in the United States of America. I am a fan of Ron, and if Ron ran tomorrow, I would absolutely positively vote for him, but that's a completely different conversation. But do you believe that this is as a result of him actually thinking that the deal was bad, or do you believe it's because Elon Musk is throwing his support behind another Republican, in which I believe that Trump is looking to run in 2024 anyway? I'd like to get y'all comments on this because, again, I believe that politics and money, it goes hand in hand, and it's no way that you can avoid it once you get to a certain level and have that level of visibility. But a lot of people are saying that DeSantis is the strongest potential competitor to Trump for the Republican nomination. And I believe that DeSantis would absolutely destroy everything and anything. I don't think that there's any way. The only problem with DeSantis becoming president is that he would no longer be the governor of Florida, which I don't believe that Florida has had a better governor in an extended period of time. But I think that Musk said that he would commit 20 to 25 million to support his chosen contender, which obviously it's being reported that he's leaning towards DeSantis. And I don't think for one second that DeSantis is not going to run for president of the United States because he has too much support. He is too galvanizing. He is making all of the right decisions. And in my opinion, he ran this whole pandemic thing beautifully. Florida, I lived in Florida for an extended period of time during the pandemic over the winter. And it was a phenomenal place to be. It was absolutely awesome. So again, I'd like to get you guys' thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. That link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We're doing some phenomenal things in there, including building a business, which I just got back from Florida. I'm actually building and opening up businesses in Florida. A lot of businesses are moving to Florida. It's a great place to do business. And I'm teaching my Patreon members the ins and outs, and I'm putting my own money up and showing them what it takes in order to build a business, okay? I love you guys. I appreciate you. Let me know if you need to get in touch with me personally. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to absolutely positively kick it. And I'm going to pour into you as much as I possibly can to get you up to snuff, all right? I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think that this is just a marketing opportunity at Trump? And do you think that he's salty because it looks as though Elon Musk is putting his monies behind DeSantis, which is a possible contender for president of the United States? And then also make sure that you share this with your family and friends. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.